Hello guys, now that we have done APS 7th edition and MLA formatting style of writing and referencing, let us now look into the Harvard formatting style and referencing guidelines. Now in this case I want to show you how you have to set your title page and the subsequent pages, as well as doing your in-text citation and your referencing list in Harvard formatting style and referencing. So first things first, as we normally do, we open a new document. And the next thing is to set our margin. So we head to the layout, margin to normal, which is 1 inch on all sides. So we now set the page to, in Harvard referencing style, we normally use Times New Roman or Arial font, or they do not restrict you per se, so you have to follow the instructors or professors' instructions. So we head to the home, we go under the font, we click under the drop down arrow, we pick the Arial font, and then we go back, we pick size 12. If it is size 11, please do as per your lecturer's instructions. And then we head under the paragraph, we click line spacing. At times line spacing can be 1.5 if it is Arial font 12 or 2.0. So in most cases, let me just pick 2.0, that is mostly used. And then next we again click here and we remove space after the paragraph. So what happens next here is that we need now to set our header. So we click at the top of this Word document and then we click the page number. Our header is always right aligned. So we at the top of the page and we are doing right aligned. In the header, in most cases, they will give you instructions. So for instance, in most universities in the UK, you write the student ID in the header. However, other instructions could be you write now the title of your paper, but you don't write the entire title. You just pick a part of the title and you write. For instance, if my title is Harvard formatting style and referencing, we can just write Harvard and we write in capital letters Harvard referencing, and then we click enter. Please ensure this is still Arial font size 12. Next thing you do is now you write the title. The title is normally at the center of the title page or the cover page, and the title has to be in capital letters. So here we enter to till the center of the title. It has to be centered, so you come to the paragraph section and you align at the center. Then you start writing. If the title is Harvard referencing, it is supposed to be in capital letters. You write Harvard formatting and referencing style of writing. You enter once and then you write your name by Annette Masinde. You realize that the name I haven't capitalized everything. This one is supposed to just be title case. Then you enter 3 or 4 lines. Before now you write other information including the university, the tutor, and whatnot. So let's enter 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then you write now the course, the tutor or professor. You write the university, the city and state where the university is located, the date of submission. That is how now the title page looks like in Harvard referencing. The second thing that you need to do now is we go to the main body. In the main body, one of the major things that you need to do is now you write your title. The title or the level 1 header should be centered, title case, normal. It is not supposed to be italicized or bolded. So let's do this. Let's get back to the paragraph section. We align at the center and then we write illegal use of drugs. It is title case. And I showed you title case is where every letter of the words, every first letter of the words is capitalized except articles, conjunctions, and maybe connecting words and whatnot. So after you write that, you enter and you start writing your research. Here you get back to your paragraph and then you get to the left line, which is flash left, and you write your paragraphs. Paragraphs, the first line of each paragraph is supposed to be indented. In some cases or some universities that have come across like the UK, some of the universities normally require that you just write the paragraphs in block, where everything is supposed to be flash left. But in most cases, please write the first line should be indented in each and every paragraph. So let me just demonstrate you with the paragraphs that I have. So now here you click on the tab to indent the first line of each paragraph, so it looks like this. So afterwards, if you are doing, maybe if you have more subsections or subtitles under illegal use of drugs, you have to put them on the flash left and then you italicize them. But still, every sentence, every first sentence of each paragraph is supposed to be indented. So here, for instance, I've chosen use of marijuana. This is now the subtitle of the title. Then you indent the paragraphs and the subsequent paragraphs like that. Even if we have other titles, please indent, use this format if we have other subtitles. The next thing that I need to show you is now how you need to reference and cite in Harvard referencing. One thing that you need to note in Harvard formatting style and referencing guidelines, they also follow the same format as APA 7th edition when they are doing in-text citation, with just a slight difference. So for instance, they also follow an author date format where the author is the surname or the last name and the date is the date of publication. For instance, if my name is Masinde, I published a book in 2019, I'll put Masinde, space 2019 as a parenthetical in-text citation. So if we are two authors and you need to cite, you found information from the two authors and you need to cite, you just open the brackets and then you write Masinde and Williams. There is no comma in between these two, and then you put a comma afterwards, space 2019, and then you close the brackets. If there are three people, just start Masinde, then there is a comma, space Williams and Mesha, comma 2019. Remember now, in between and Williams, there is no comma in between them. So if there are more than three, you just use Masinde et al. 2019. You just pick the surname of the first author and then others you just put et al. If there are more than three. So I showed you that in most cases you use these tools. When you are doing your referencing list, please use mybib.com or citefirst.com. Others use Crib, Google Scholar. So these are the four major tools that people normally use to auto-generate their in-text citation or referencing style, referencing list. But for me, I've shown you the first one. So what next I need to show you in Harvard referencing, especially when you are tackling the UK papers, there's one tool that they have given, which is called Cite Them. So when you go to Cite Them right, they will give you an updated version of how you do your referencing style. The Harvard referencing hasn't changed as per what I've shown you. So you go back to Google and then you click on Cite Them right, and then this is the one that I'm talking about. This is that has given the updated version, and then you check. When you enter here, they will say welcome to the Cite Them right. Choose your referencing list. So you open, you see we have Harvard APA 7 Chicago IEA like that, MLN 9th edition Vancouver or Scholar. So we have Harvard. We will click on the Harvard referencing style. And now they will give you how the quick links on how now you do your referencing. For instance, we have books, journals, digital content, and whatnot. But now they restrict people from seeing unless you are from a certain university. So, for instance, here, let me log into the university I am. And then I log in via my institution. Afterwards, the next thing is now it will open for you and give you all the details. So for instance, if you open, we want to know how to cite a book. This is what it will give you. For instance, if you are writing a direct quotation, so you will write Cottrell, you open the brackets 2019, comma, space, and then you write pairs of the page number where you got that in direct quotation and whatnot. So if it is just author date, this is what it gives you. However, now the difference in that Cite Them Right has provided is this one. in the reference list, after you've written the last name, comma, and the initial of the first name, and if you have the other names, and then you write the year of publication, there is no full stop here if it is a book, right? And the book title is written in it is italicized. After writing that, you put a full stop, and then the edition, as usual, the same way in APA they do. And then the place of publication, you put a full colon here and the publisher. If it is a journal, you just go back. In fact, it is here. You just go back here and you check how a journal is referenced in Harvard referencing style. So for instance, if it is a journal, I told you if it is more than 3 authors, this is what you write. You open the brackets and then you write et al. If you are doing the intake citation, you put a period, a comma, space, and the year of publication. So the referencing list, how it will appear in Harvard referencing currently is that you write now the last author's name or the surname, you put a comma, space, and then the initial of the author, and then you put et al, implying there are many, then a full stop, there is no period in between, then you open the brackets and you write the date of publication. Afterwards, still there is no period between the date of publication and the title of the journal. Now the difference between the book and the journal is that the title of the journal, you open the apostrophe, and then you write the journal, and then you close the apostrophe. Then afterwards, you put a comma and a space. Then the journal name is the only one that is italicized. Unlike in the book title is italicized, but in the journal name is italicized. You put a comma, and then you write the volume number, the issue number, and the page range. That's normally what now has been updated in Harvard referencing. So even if it is a website, you just check here and see how a website needs to be written in Harvard referencing. So that is all with Harvard referencing. It is not complicated. Thank you.